When I came into the Senate in January, I was appointed as the minority spokesperson on transportation, representing the Republican caucus in the Transportation Committee process. It's been a great experience. Chairman Marty Sandoval from Chicago has done an outstanding job generating bipartisan work plan, work product, and doing a great job pulling the conversation together to move this initiative forward. Well, if you travel the roads in the state of Illinois at all, I think most people will determine that our roads are in terrible condition. Our roads and bridges have been ignored for years as maintenance money has been swept out of the IDOT budgets going back 4 and 5 years. The biggest problem is that the cost of this maintenance and repair work continues to escalate, while the revenue streams that are typically generated to cover these expenses has been shrinking. MPG for most vehicles has been going up, which means people are actually needing less gasoline as hybrid vehicles and electric vehicles become more and more used on highways. The revenue is going down, the expenses are going up. We have to address it, and I believe the time is now to do that here in Springfield. There are a number of revenue streams that are going to need to be required in order to fund this initiative. The current bill that's in process is somewhere in the vicinity of $35 to $40 billion. It includes not only roads and bridges on the transportation side of the equation, but there's a very strong impetus on the governor's office, coming from the governor's office, on a vertical component as well, so that we can finally get some dedicated capital to higher education, K through 12 education in our local school districts. It will require a broad base of income in order to get it done. And we're continuing to work through some of those issues that will help fund it. Motor fuel tax and any of the potential taxes that are being incorporated into the capital bill will be lockboxed. There was a constitutional amendment passed several years ago that requires any motor fuel tax revenues or any other revenues dedicated to that purpose must go into a motor fuel lockbox, which means that that money can only be used for transportation issues. The capital side of the equation is different. That money will be relegated to those various infrastructure requirements, new construction for education. But again, taxpayers can be comfortable that the motor fuel tax money is being used specifically for transportation-related issues.